On this episode of Local to Global, we have our season finale and then also the final two events of 1994 as we round out our third year in existence. Welcome to Local to Global 1992 on Spike Piledriver. My name is Anders. And here we go. If you are enjoying the series, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, check out the other videos in the playlist, check out the WCW 2000 playlist as well, and head over to the Patreon if you want to support the channel in any way that you can. Right, tonight, or today, or tonight in game, we've got Collision Course, our season finale, where we have a world title match, or a heavyweight title match, plus a steel cage clash between two rivals who've been going at it for most of the year. But before we get into that, we'll have a quick look at our current size, position and popularity around the US. Obviously, we're now at tiny size, and we need to get our popularity in the Southeast all the way up to 35 before we can reach small. It's currently at 20, so that should be on average about a year and a half if we don't get a broadcasting deal in the meantime. But if we just carry on how we're doing, it's probably going to take us about 18 shows in the Southeast to get that 15 extra popularity. We're also up to 9 in the tri-state, so you can see the spillover in every other region is slowly starting to fill in as well. So Mid-Atlantic and Mid-South are heavily impacted by the Southeast. Tri-state gets you some sort of New England and potentially Great Lakes. And hang on, there's a button here that tells you. So New England, Mid-Atlantic, Great Lakes get you. So your Mid-Atlantic's already been covered a little bit by the Southeast. But you kind of can see we're slowly spilling over everywhere. We've also got a little bit in Canada now and in Mexico and also in the UK. How did that happen? I don't know. I think when we get to, I think you get to the international dropovers. Yeah, so on average it spills over to the UK and don't worry about it. Excellent. Right, the average of the US spills over to the other regions. But for some reason, not into Puerto Rico and Hawaii. Anyway, finance-wise, September was a really strong month. 1,700 profit off the back of slightly lower worker costs and some really strong revenue from sponsors and merchandise, and everything is slowly ticking up. Now the economy is turning around as well. So that's going well. Something that isn't quite going well is the regional battles from last month. So we won the two before, but our show in the Southeast was not quite as strong as it had been. So unfortunately, we finished third in the Southeast. And obviously, the Tri-State is less of an important one, but we finished third there as well, behind ECW and New Jersey of the NWA. But that is the situation we find ourselves in as we go into our first show of the night. Heavyweight champion is still Jeff Jarrett. I've been holding that title for 154 days now, matching the last two reigns exactly of Dean Malenko and Scotty the Body, but not quite his reign, which was 266, the first reign with the title. Tag team champions are the Texas Outlaw, Shanghai Pierce, Tex Slazenger, that's the Godwins, or the Southern Justice, or Midian and Mark Canterbury. I don't know if he has another gimmick name. But they've been champions for the last 34 days. They won it on Unleashed, so the first title change to happen on Unleashed. The tag titles will be on the line twice, I think, in the first couple of shows. But that's where we are now. So tonight, first up, we've got Collision Course in our season finale event in the Southeast. Then we go to Unleashed, as we have been doing every month. Then we've got King of Combat, which is kind of like our Royal Rumble event with a big battle royal who will determine who will get a title shot at Clash of the Titans, which will also be in this episode. So we'll have 3 lots of Unleashed and then the 3 big shows to end the year: Collision Course, King of Combat, and Clash of the Titans to round out 1994. So without any further ado, let's go straight into our first show of the episode. And this one is going to hopefully be an absolute cracker because we've got some big matches going on. Once again, we'll go with the generic venue. 213 expected in attendance tonight, so we've got a slight dip because of the regional battle, but a boost because it's the season finale. Booking team-wise, we've now got 250. We should have had 288. I should have spent some last time around. So we're going to spend some creative finishers. Yes, near certainty, that's what we like. We're going to get 2 creative finishers. Another near certainty, that's excellent. An angle idea, safe bet with Scotty the Body, and then another angle idea as well, which is again another. That's a good haul there of near certainties being spent on the creative energy. We're going to have to make sure we use a lot of those tonight. Locker room incidents before the show. Sean Royal wants to be used. No, I don't have an. I'm sorry, maybe next time. You can come and sit backstage, but I'm not going to book you. Stevie Ray and Killer Kyle have bonded recently. We've extended Killer Kyle's contract, I believe. I think he was one of the ones we've extended. Scotty the Body and Mongo Vile have been talking a lot recently. That's good, because maybe that will help his personality of Bubba Ray Dudley. Scotty the Body has got, so Raven's got a driven personality. Bubba Ray's got a bully personality, so hopefully that will help influence him. Because this sort of thing happens. He pulled a mean-spirited rib on Johnny Grunge, led to a fight nearly breaking out. Dave Hebner gives a stern warning. Wonderful. Ron Harris got into a heated argument with a fan. Great, thank you for that, Ron. You're lovely. Dean Malenko trained 13 students. And that is the end of our pre-show incidents. Right, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of positive meddling. Now, we're going to... So, I forgot to mention as well, we've signed D'Lo Brown. He's going to be Ace Brown. We've also signed Spike Dudley, Matt Hyson, and this lovely haired fellow, Terrorizing. You may know of him. But what I want to do is I want to do a bit of positive... No, it's not going to... Okay, I want to try and get him a good mentor that will... What, Jeff Jarrett? No, it's Jeff Hardy. Jeff Jarrett? No. Anyone? Jerry Lynn, maybe? I want to get him a good mentor. No. What about Scotty the Body? Is that going to help him? Okay, no, we're not going to meddle. Okay, I was going to try and meddle and get him to develop a relationship with someone just to try and help build him up, because, you know, Triple H is a big feature in the industry these days. So... You know, trying to build him up to that point, but never mind. Right, Collision Course last year, 58 with a show rating. The year before, 60. We've had some cracking shows over the years. Jarrett took the night off, apparently, back in 1992, so we didn't even have a title match. I think that was before we decided it was the season finale. But Jerry Lynn defeated Dean Malenko in the main event, and then last year, Scotty the Body retained their title in a ladder match against Jerry Lynn, and Dean Malenko and Jeff Jarrett were both on the card. So the kind of people who you expect to be present are still present. Maybe we need to do some more roster turnover over the year. Right, we are ready to add our things to the booking card. So we're going to have a debut in our opening contest. And then... Yeah, we'll get the tag title match out of the way, and then I think we're going to go for cage match before title match. I'm not sure about this. Well, yes, sorry, Scotty the Body, you're unhappy, but that's unfortunately the situation we find ourselves in. We're gonna go with it like that. We need to make the show longer as well, which I thought might happen. But that's the situation. Okay, right, so we are just about ready to go. Raven's not happy with the booking of his match against RVD, but I've booked them in the wrong order again, haven't I? Blimey. Right, swap these all around. That should be it. Right, so we've got the Terrorizing match, Texas Outlaws, RVD and Raven. That one there needs to be before it. Jarrett and Lynn. Right, so that's the right. Oh, I've got to stop making that mistake. I really have, because it would have ruined the season finale if we'd have not spotted it. Right, let's go. Start the show. 214 fans in attendance in the Southeast, and this is the worst match ever. Triple H is getting a big push. Terrorizing defeated Matt Hyson in 4 minutes. Got a 5. Wow, terrible way to start the show. Killed the crowd right away. Oh, this is not the way. I should have known better than putting 2 debutantes with no popularity in the opener. We'll bring it back though, and we have brought it back. That's good. Texas Outlaws and the Legion of Death in a tag title match. Shanghai Pierce got the victory with an outlaw drop on Tommy Angel. They make their first defense of the tag titles and get 45. So the Outlaws get 45 and 38, and Tommy Angel and Brian Lee get 54 and 56 apiece. Now we kind of have stopped using the Legion of Death after their tag title reign. We've got no idea what to do with them, so they're kind of just there, and neither of them are particularly happy about the fact they're not getting booked very often anymore. But they do a good job here to put over the Texas Outlaws, and we're going to have to try and pull this crowd around before the main event, which is going to be tough. But we shall see. RVD has given confirmation that it will be no outside interference tonight, as Scotty the Body will be locked inside a steel cage. Best man wins. No excuses. 63 rating. The crowd unclear. Now this is finally some bit of poor crowd management from me, because if you follow along the WCW 2000 save, you'll know that my crowd management in that save in particular is terrible, because everything goes wrong. But here it's usually quite good, because you just need to put in some decent performances and it brings the crowd out. But starting out with a 5, not the best way of doing it. RVD and Scotty the Body in their cage match. This is I think we're gonna have to go back to the booking screen and change the match aim for our main event, because I'm not sure. No, we'll go with it. We've set it as epic, by the way, so we'll do it. We'll set it and see if it's flab. Okay. A 56 for this one. RVD gets the victory over Scotty the Body inside a cage with a 5-star frog splash. 54 and 56, they put in their performances. We advance the storyline but lose heat, apparently. Raven's still benefiting from his hot new move, and this puts RVD right at the pinnacle of the company, right in the hunt for the SPW heavyweight title. And I'm still a little bit nervous about how we're going to get into the main event. So Jeff Jarrett puts in a 75 rating for this angle. The crowd's still unclear. They are not recovering from that opening contest, which is a real shame. Jarrett's done everything in this company. Tonight he does it all again. Jerry Lynn earned his title match but didn't beat Jarrett. Tonight nothing changes. Collision Course is the biggest show of the year, and Jarrett will remain champion. Now I had a look at their history, and through when Lynn was champion, he beat Jarrett like 3 or 4 times in a row. So they've got a lot of history. They've got a lot of back and forth history for this. Maybe I should have covered that. But we'll have a look at their back and forth history after the match, which is the wrong way around of doing things. But that's what we do. In fact, we'll return to the booking screen. Let's have a look at the... Can we see the match history? Yeah, we can. Ignore the result there. So you can see Jarrett got the first victory in singles competition all the way back in April '92. Then Lynn won 4 in a row to win the title, then retain the title, both in a singles match, then by DQ, and then a cage match throughout end of '92 and into '93. Then Jarrett defeated him at the end of 1993, so they had most of the year without facing each other. They've only had 1 match this year, and it was a tag team match, including Malenko and Angus King. So it's not kind of representative, but you can see the match ratings have got better and better as we go forward. So hopefully tonight's match rating will still be strong, and we're going to hopefully go for it and see what happens. It's only a 62. That's a disappointing. Okay, Jarrett beats Lynn in 23 minutes with a pile driver. It was specifically designed to give an epic feel in the eyes of fans. Did that work? I'm not sure. Jarrett makes his 3rd defense of the title. Do we get any notes about whether... No. Okay, so the good psychology for epic. That's good. Good psychology for an epic. Okay, so the fact it was an epic didn't ruin things. So maybe it's just... Maybe the crowd was just not into... I don't know. We've got a 62, which is a real shame, because it's in the 70s last time, and we should... Can't help but feel a little bit deflated. Gets a 61 overall, so we pulled it back after that 5, which is potentially the worst match I've ever booked. But 61 is still disappointing. Address the locker room here. We're going to give Jeff Jarrett some praise. We've not really done this for a while. We're told they're awesome. Jerry Lynn, where are you? You can be told you're awesome as well. Just, we'll give praise for a great performance. Okay, we've not done any speeches for a long time, nearly a whole year actually. Finance-wise, we've made a loss on the show. Workers cost $780 and then 150 on travel, which is about par for the course. Obviously, we've got the Tri-State show coming up next, and that will add on to our worker costs for the month. Overall, a loss of 95. Popularity recap up to 21, which is good. Which is where we want to be, moving up in the southeast. And we're just going to go straight into Unleashed. And apologies for sounding a little bit deflated after the season finale, but I got high hopes for that main event to get into the 70s once again. So a 62 is disappointing. But we move forward. Obviously, RVD's now got himself into the title picture after defeating Scotty the Body. And we'll have a look at his popularity now as well in the southeast. It's still only a 38, which is disappointing that it's not gone any higher. Scotty the Bodies is still up in 40, which is fine. Jarrett, 52. Lynn, 51. Dean Malenko should have been in the 40s as well. Yeah, still 42. I think Angus King's in the 40s. Yeah, he's still 41. So we've got plenty of people in and around the title picture that we can try and work with to get RVD to a position. So you can kind of see where I'm going with this. I'm looking to build him up as our next champion. So we'll see if we can do that over the next few months. We'll probably give him the victory in the King of Combat later in the show. Later in the episode, sorry. And that will give him the title shot against Jarrett. But I don't know whether I'm going to give him the title straight away. Anyway, we're going to be in front of about 122 for Unleashed. So we'll just go with a generic venue again. This hopefully will get us up to 10 in the Tri-State, which will be very, very good if it does. Now, I've just realised I didn't use any of those creative ideas. Why didn't you tell me? Some people would think I don't know how to play this game. They really would. You watch these videos and you think, he doesn't have a clue what he's doing. Dean Malenko does some training. Wonderful. John Cronus and Matt Hyson had a blazing argument. Even better. Johnny Grunge and A-Train are doing their best to turn the backstage around. And that's it. Why didn't I use any of the creative... This is being run by an imbecile. That would have helped. That would have helped so much in the... Oh, no. Rocco Rock's working elsewhere. He's in Canada. That wasn't previously advertised. Okay, that makes a change to everything. So, we did have the Public Enemy to win the tag titles tonight. So you can look at the pre-booking there. But that's not going to happen. Right, I'm going to cut it here. Kick myself for not using the creative finishers. And rebook this show because we're now not having a tag title match between the Public Enemy and the Texas Outlaws. So, be back in a second. Oh dear, what am I? Okay then, I've booked the show and hopefully I've not made any terrible mistakes. We shall see. Right, first match of the night in front of 126 in the Tri-State is the debuting Ace Brown against Matt Hyson. And I think it's fair to say that we are outdoing ourselves. This one gets a 2. This is what happens when I try and bring in new wrestlers. Apparently, dominating Spike Dudley in 5 minutes gets terrible ratings, no matter who you are. Great. 2. Crowd are disinterested. I'm not doing this again. I'm really not. Right, Joe Kazana tries to bring things back as he gets a victory in a 3-way dance against Mikey Whipwreck and Tony Stetson. He gets the victory over Mikey Whipwreck, and it gets a 25. So it gets the crowd interested again, but it's not great. Joe Kazana, fan favourite, keeps winning. I'm going to keep pushing him until he gets over or retires. I don't know which one will come first. Next up, Tommy Dreamer tries to bring everyone back into things with a 57. He's a man of the people. So unfortunately, he has the unfortunate announcement that Public Enemy won't be here to have the tag title match that was advertised. So he's going to step in and fill the shoes and partner with Eddie Golden because we needed a warm body to take on the tag team champions. Well done, Dreamer, for being a man of the people. And in that match, he puts in a good performance, but unfortunately his partner pulled things down and the champions weren't as good as him. But they still got the victory. Outlaws won with an outlaw drop. Tex Slazenger getting the pinfall on Eddie Golden. Defense number 2 with the tag titles gets a 37 for the segment. Crowd now unclear. Dreamer put in the performance of the match. I'm beginning to think I forgot how to book. Terrorizing had an unauspicious debut last night. Yeah, let's say that again. And he calls out one of the big names in the company, Dean Malenko, so he can prove how good he really is. Now, this will either go one of 2 ways. It will suck because Terrorizing isn't that good yet, or it will actually be decent because Dean Malenko is God, essentially. I'm hoping it's the latter. 51. Okay, Terrorizing got a 22, but Dean Malenko pulled in a solid performance. He got the victory. We're not stupid. We're not stupid, don't worry. Dean Malenko makes him submit to the Texas Cloverleaf. He gets a 51. Hopefully in defeat and an open match, it will bring up Terrorizing's popularity a little bit. But Dean Malenko, solid hand, can be leaned on to do everything for anyone in any show whatsoever. 46 should hopefully be better than ECW can manage, but we shall see. Terrorizing, he's used too much, but Yes, he probably was. Finance-wise, we didn't use too much, so only 430 on the show, so that gets us about 1,300 overall, which should mean a solid profit going forward for the month. Popularity recap up to 10 in the tri-state, building nicely. You can see that spillover is starting to come in even more everywhere else. We'll have a quick proper look at the end at that in a second. But yes, that's good. I mean, promising that we've had a decent show in the tri-state after that disappointing showing at Collision Course. So we're going to have to make sure we use those creative finishers that we paid for. I still can't get over the fact that I literally went through and did it and then didn't use any of them. I even thought as I was doing it, make sure you use them. Make sure you use them. Okay, some news. Dino Scarlo has gone because, well, we never used him. He was always in the UK. And Jeff Bradley didn't really set the world alight, so he's gone as well. They are the regional battle results from last month, so we don't need to worry about those right now. I did want to look at the spillover. So Southeast up to 21, Tri-State up to 10, Mid-Atlantic and Mid-South 8, 4s for Great Lakes, Midwest and New England, 3s for Southwest, 1 for Northwest. Obviously, as I mentioned last episode, we are going to start looking at improving our production and then getting a broadcaster once we get to the point of having 3,000 profit each month. If we get 2 months in a row at 3,000 profit, we'll increase our production values. That is my promise to you. Last month in September was 1,700. This month will be a similar level, I imagine, at probably about 1,500, 1,700, something like that. Our sponsorship will continue to keep going up. Our merchandising will continue to keep going up. So they are the things that are helping us. And obviously, once that happens, we'll get ourselves a TV show, and then the format of these episodes will change drastically, I'm sure. But we'll get to that when we get to it. We are going to skip forward in time now until we get to King of Combat, where we'll have our Battle Royal to determine the King of Combat for the year and the new #1 contender. It's probably going to be RVD, but don't hold me to it, because I'll probably make a mistake in the meantime. Or he might leave, who knows. Right, I'll see you in a second. Okay then, so despite being underwhelmed by the Collision Course season finale, it is actually the best show for Collision Course on the save so far, 61 out of the 3 we've had. It also won us a Southeast regional battle, 61, 2 points higher, or 2 rating points higher than USWA, so that was good. In the Tri-State we finished second as well, pipping ECW. So all in all, actually, it wasn't a bad month, despite that disappointment. So we get a 5% boost for the Southeast for King of Combat, and the Tri-State we don't get affected in at all, which is good news. Finance-wise, best month yet, nearly 2,200, so that's 2,200 profit for October. So the sponsorship is getting up there once again. We keep building that up. Merchandise is going as well, so all the spillover that's happening into other regions is impressive, and it's really, really boosting our finances. So that 3,000 target is not actually far away. I reckon by Q2 1995, so April-May time, we'll be in a position where we're looking for a TV deal. November is going to be a bit of a different month, because obviously the King of Combat show will cost a lot of money, because there's going to be 10 people in a battle royal. So there we go. We'll see how we get on, though, with that. Obviously, it's part of the show. We do it, so it's worth doing. And we can afford it now. We still make a profit, even though we're spending that much money on people. Once again, however, we're going to go for a generic venue. 235 fans expected. So that 5% boost is going to help there. That's going to help with ticket sales. It's going to help with merchandising and all the rest of it. I'm kind of in a position where I'm not too far away from putting Unleashed with some ticket pricing as well, and maybe even bumping up the ticket pricing for the regular Southeast shows as well. But I want to keep expanding and growing, so it's a catch-22 situation. Booking team meeting, we have got 123 creative energy, so we will do, this is what we've got on at the moment. We're actually going to use some of them in the next couple of shows, but we've got a couple of angle ideas, a couple of creative finishes, so we're going to spend another 75 on a creative finish, which will leave us in a position. Don Harris? Okay, we'll have to have Don Harris win a match in the next few months, apparently. And we're down to 48, so we can't spend any more. But we're not hitting the cap, which is good. Locker room incidents ahead of this show. Mongo Vile spreading rumours about Taz, leading to a fist fight. We've got them booked to face each other on Unleashed, so don't worry, Taz will kick his ass. Instant handled, nothing of note. Dean Malenko trains 12 people. Well done, Dean. Rocco Rock brought before wrestlers court for not picking up his share of a tab. Sentenced to buy drinks because it worked out that well the first time. Never mind. Tex and Johnny Grunge are creating a nice, relaxed and fun atmosphere backstage. Thank you. And then apparently Shanghai and Tex have bonded recently, which is good because they're tag team partners. So that's always good. It's quite a reasonably positive. Apart from Bully Ray being a bully, it's quite a well-formed backstage. We don't want to actually talk to anyone. Yeah, go away. Don't want that. What I should have done is I should have inspired before the season finale. All of these things I could have done, I didn't do. Kit Montana is still out injured, so he'll be back soon. But King of Combats of the past, 46 and 49 for the show. King of Combat in the first year was a 39 with the odd choice of Rocky King, who was around for a cup of coffee, essentially winning the Battle Royal. Last year, however, the Battle Royal itself was really good. Dean Malenko won it, got a 57. Much more star power into that Battle Royal. But we've got 3 matches on the card. A tag match, the King of Combat, and a heavyweight title match. So we will get into that now. Pre-booking. Remember, main event goes first. There we go. King of Combat is the main event. Yep, Jerry Lynn's furious. Scotty the Body's unhappy. Yep, thanks, wonderful. Why is Jerry Lynn? We're going to have to get rid of Jerry Lynn soon because he costs far too much money. And we just aren't using him as much as we probably want to or would like to in the future. 74 minutes, excellent, perfectly judged timing. No commentators, yes, I know. Right, let's go straight into the King of Combat. Obviously, it's a shorter show in terms of segments rather than length, because there's only 3 matches, because the Battle Royal will take half an hour. So let's go straight into it. First match on the card, in front of 235 fans, is between the Hardy Brothers and the Eliminators. Saturn and Cronus get the victory with total elimination. Hardy's putting in a really actually strong performance. They're getting better and better as the weeks and months go on. Eliminators putting in a solid one as well. Both in the high 20s. I could kind of hope that they would be getting into the 30s at some point soon. But the match itself got a 30, which is much better than the start point we had last month. 11. So that's good. Next up, we get Jeff Jarrett saying he wants to have a fight tonight. So he sets an open challenge to anyone not in the King of Combat Battle Royal. And the wild Tasmaniac rushes down to the ring and we go straight into battle. Angle idea was a success. Taz underperformed though, so it only got a 45. Whereas Jarrett's promos on his own normally get about a 70. So never mind. The match itself... that's not good. An unhappy Taz clearly phoned in his performance. Not very professional, Taz. That's annoying because it's not your fault. You're not the bad guy here. It's Bully Ray. Maybe I should just get rid of Mongo Vile. Maybe that's it. Clear to everyone he wasn't trying at all. 42. I'm glad I didn't put this as the main event. Let's put it that way. Jarrett wins with a power driver. Makes his 4th defense of the title. Not good. 42. Not good. Hopefully the Battle Royal pulls it back. He does a little bit. 63. Excellent. The creative finish was a success as well. Robbie V wins. Final elimination was Jerry Lynn. Kane, Raven, Brian Lee, Dean Malenko, Joe Kazana. Sorry I didn't let him win. Ron Harris, Brett Colt, and Don Harris were the other people in the match in reverse order of eliminations. So Jerry Lynn is the final man to be eliminated. RVD gets the win and is now the new #1 contender. And I'm not sure whether I'm going to give him the title shot at Clash of the Titans or not. So because he eliminated Jerry Lynn last, I might think about potentially doing a Jerry Lynn RVD match. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe I'll wait until one of them is the champion. RVD, cough. Maybe. We'll do that. 68 for the segment after the match, though. RVD's handed his trophy and celebrates as he is the new #1 contender to close the show. And we get 59, which is not bad. A little bit lower than I'd hoped, but that's because the Jarrett-Taz match stunk. So, never mind. But RVD gets the victory in the Battle Royal. Finance-wise, yeah, we spent $1,100 just on this show. Hopefully the Tri-State show after this will only add on $500 to that, so we'll still make a decent profit for the month. Overall on the show, we lost 161, and that's not where we make our money. 22 now in the Southeast. That's good. Keeping that rolling up is what we want to see. Post-show complete. We're going to go straight into Unleashed now, where, as I mentioned, we've got Taz against Bully Ray, or Mongo Vile, sorry. And hopefully they're going to iron out some issues and maybe stiff each other a little bit and stop pissing each other off backstage, which would be good. But generally, that was okay. King of Combat was okay. It's been the... Oh, Taz has walked out. Taz has walked out. Why has he walked out? That's not good. It's not your fault, Taz. Okay. That's Taz done. Taz and Mongo Val will not be happening on Unleashed because Taz has gone. Excellent. So that pre-booking match has disappeared. Wonderful. Right, we'll go straight into the Unleashed show now. Obviously, we're in Tri-State, so 10. We want to get that to 11 by the end of the show. We'll just go straight into it, and hopefully it won't be an absolute car crash. We're going to have to figure out what match we're going to add in to cover out the fact that Mongo Val and Taz won't be happening. At least at least they won't be arguing backstage. That's the one thing. So venue again, generic, 141 expected tonight, which is good. I love how the attendances are going up and up every time. We will not spend any creative energy tonight. Locker room incidents. Who is Mongo Val going to pick on? That's what I want to know. Matt Hyson and Rocco Rock got into a huge argument. If it's not one Dudley, it's the other. Yeah, Mongo Val got into a... He's just picking on fans now. Picking on fans. I'm probably gonna... If Tommy Dreamer doesn't get upset about it, I'm gonna have to sack him at some point. Intervention. No, that's just addiction. This is not being a dick. Call him out. I'm calling out Mongo Val. Choose him. Call out has a positive effect. Good. I should have done that before. Never mind. Right. We've got a tag team title match tonight, just to let you know. We're going to put on the... Yeah, okay. Right, pre-booking. The angle after the match needs to be added to the booking sheet. So does the match itself. And then we will add on this tag match as well. And then Eddie Golden and Terror Rising. Hopefully doesn't stink as the opener. Still only got 40. We could technically run this show from here. It will be less... I mean... Do we just... do? We'll go Mongo Val and Tommy Dreamer. We'll just get Tommy in there to cover off what Taz should have done. Tommy, you can win this one. I don't know if we've got a storytelling match on the card yet or not, but Tommy can win this one. And we'll have struggle to call in the ring. Yeah, he's not very good, is he? He's not very good. He's just a big bully. We'll drop that one in there as the opener and also have Tommy Dreamer sticks his name in the hat. No, what can we do with Tommy? He's a man of the people again. Yeah. He's going to step in for the departed Tasmaniac and cover off the match with Mongo Val. So, Dreamer breaking the fourth wall again. He's a man of the people. Dreamer, man of the people. Fan zone, you know, fan zone. Tommy Dreamer, you can. Got another promo. Work the crowd tonight because you're delivering the bad news and stepping in to cover the shoes of Taz as he's left. Right, booking analysis. It's just, yep. Go into it. Let's go. Crack on. Right, Tommy Dreamer starts the show with a 49 rated angle as he's stepping in the shoes of the departed Tasmaniac and covering off the match with Mongo Val. Crowd hot. Starts the show off nicely. Good. That's what we want to see. The match itself ain't great. Mongo Val drops a 17, but, you know, Tommy's his friend, and he's off his game. But Tommy's his friend. 34 for the match itself. Tommy Hawk puts Mongo away in 10 minutes. The story that it was telling is basically that Tommy is a man of the people. He's a man of the people. He's the next person we're going to push from this sort of tri-state group, I think. Then Eddie Golden and Terror Rising have a match, and it's not too bad, actually. 24. Terror Rising doesn't quite do as well as he... That was a specific story. Not quite as good as he was in the match against Dean Malenko, but much better than the match against Spike Dudley. As you probably would have expected, somewhere in the middle, 24, nice. Both men putting in mid to low 20s. Terror Rising actually putting in the best performance. Then we get the Eliminators against the Legion of Death, further cementing the fact that Brian Lee and Tommy Angel are not featuring in my plans at the moment. As the Eliminators get the job done, Saturn gets the pin after total elimination on Brian Lee. Everyone puts in pretty solid performances. The Legion of Death putting in a slightly better performance than the Eliminators. But that's the fledgling nature of our tag team division currently. And speaking of our tag team division, it's time for our main event tag team title match, which sees the Public Enemy get the upset victory on the Texas Outlaws in 12 minutes. A drive-by to Shanghai. Pierce gives the Public Enemy the tag team titles. I literally don't have a clue what to do with my tag team division anymore. And I've not used the Ebony experience in a while, so oops. 43 rating for the match. Johnny Grunge puts in the best performance, stole the show essentially. Shanghai was off his game. Everyone got tag team specialist bonuses and some great chemistry for the Public Enemy, and they get the victory, and in the next segment are attacked by the Eliminators. So they go into the crowd to celebrate once again with the new titles, and the Eliminators just appear and take them out. Total elimination to both men, 35. A little bit disappointing ending, but a very hot crowd to finish the show, and we get a 40 rating, which is not too bad. Hopefully, again, Tri-State will be bumped up to 11, and we shall see how much we actually spent on talent. 540, that's not bad. That's kind of the ballpark I was hoping for, and we shall see how that's, 11. It's building up nicely, keeps building up. That's what we like to see, and that will obviously impact the merchandise we get at the end of the month or throughout the month, the sponsorship that we get. It's all building up that buffer to get us onto a TV channel once we've got to a specific point in time and size that we can actually get on a decent channel, and we will look to be broadcast around the country, hopefully. Championship Wrestling USA have increased their production values. Good for them. Don't care. Good. Okay, so cost-wise, what we spent, a little bit higher than last month, about 300 higher. Show costs the same, everything else. So those production costs will go up as well. So if we spent we should still be just under 2 grand making a profit. That's good. If we manage to get to about 2 grand on November, which is our most expensive month, that will be really, really promising as we go into 95 again. As I said, we'll get to that 3,000 point mark each month and start improving our production values, so start spending more money essentially, and get ourselves a TV deal, or a broadcasting deal at least. Anyway, right, we will go forward now 4 more weeks until Clash of the Titans, which will be final show. Clash of the Titans and Unleashed with the final shows of the episode as we get to the end of the year once again. It's nearly Christmas, would you believe? It's nearly Thanksgiving as well, I think. I don't know when Thanksgiving is, I'm not American. But let's go through 26 more days, beginning of December, and then do the final 2 shows of the episode. Okay then, December has rolled around, and let's go through a few things before we get into our final 2 shows of the episode. Finance-wise, November, incredible. 2,366 in profit, which, that's ridiculous. When you consider we had a 10-person Battle Royal to pay for, and we put in our most expensive month of talent pay all year, ever. That's the most we've spent on wrestlers, on workers ever, so that's a lot, and we've still come out with a huge profit. So I'm confident by in fact maybe even Q1 in 1995 we'll be ready for TV and ready for production increases, but we'll get there. I'm tempted to start charging for tickets as well in the Tri-State. We'll do that from January onwards, so the final Unleashed of 1994 will be free tickets. Next year, we'll start charging for them. Battles-wise, that's not the right battles page. This is the right battles page. So, Southeast, we've won again, just pipped USWA with the same 59 score, but well and truly ahead of the other 2. So that gives us a nice 5% boost to our attendance in the Southeast. But we unfortunately finished last out of 4 now. So, the North American Wrestling Alliance have inserted themselves in this battle, so good for them. They've just become tiny, and they have won the regional battle. So, excellent. Obviously, we're not based in the Tri-State, so it's kind of a secondary region for us to care about. So it's not too much of an issue that we finish 4th, and we'll get the ding there. What else shall we talk about? There's a few things. Rocco Rock has decided to relocate to Ontario. That's going to cost us money. So we're probably going to make them lose the tag titles this month, and then he'll be gone. I mean, his contract currently expires in April, but I believe we are already negotiating with him to extend it. To close it out in the next month. And also, Jerry Lynn has decided to sign an exclusive contract with WCW, which is fine by me because he wanted a pay rise, and now I think he wants like 500 a show. So no, so his estimated cost is 700, but obviously he's leaving. If we go through to the roster, we can see his contract. Jerry Lynn, their contract is now 580 per show, which is more than we normally spend on Unleashed for everyone. So, yeah, he's going to be going. We're going to give him one final match. He's going to put over RVD on his way out, and then he'll be gone to WCW, where he'll be basically for the next 4 years. I think his contract runs until 1998. So goodbye, Jerry Lynn. Thank you for your time here. You've been here since the beginning. Former heavyweight champion, but he is gone. Right, final shows of the episode are Clash of the Titans to close out the year, which last year got a 68 rating, which is going to be hard to top, and then Unleashed as well. So obviously that's the Tri-State show. So we'll go and do that now. We'll go into, if we just check, we have not got anyone missing the show who we need. No one missing Clash of the Titans. Excellent. So that's what we want to see. Right, let's go in. Run the final 2 shows of 1994. If you want to pick up the save from January 1995, you've got to get yourself over on Patreon. There'll be a link to download the save from January 1995, just like there is from January 1994 as well, if you support the channel over there. Right, let's get into things. It will be a generic venue, and 251 fans are expected in attendance, which is more than I think we've ever had in the Southeast. Booking team, 165. What we got left. So that one's being used. That one isn't. That one is. We're going to have to get Ron Harris a match at some point before the end of January. So either this weekend or the one in January, because he'll be gone. That idea will be gone. We're going to spend that on another creative finish. It's a big gamble. Got until May to use it. 90 points left. Shall we? Let's go for a character idea. See if we can get. That's another big gamble as well. Okay. Well, we'll go with those. Right. Moving on. Locker room incidents. Tony Williams has turned up. He wants to. We haven't got anything. No. Sorry. Backstage, Scotty and Jeff Hardy are getting into a heated argument. That's not good. Not good at all. Thank you, Raven. Dean Malenko's passing on tips to Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy's going to become a very good worker, I think, in this save. Mongo Vile has caused an incident antagonising Chris Candido. So I haven't mentioned it yet, but basically the Dudleys are going. Their contract is up in a few weeks, and we aren't re-signing them. So Devon, sorry, but it's all Bully Ray's fault. What's Dreamer happy about? A slap on the wrist, and Dreamer's happy. Thanks, Dreamer. Rocco Rock's got into heat with the rest of the locker room for his selfish behaviour. What, like moving to Canada? Yeah, I'm not happy with him either. Nothing noteworthy there. Dean Malenko training for 12 people. Yeah, wonderful, excellent. End of the night. Well, the pre-show incidents. Right, last year we got a 68 on the back of a Jarrett Lynn street fight and a Dean Malenko Raven heavyweight title match, and a Long Riders Legion of Death tag team title match. So it was a cracking show last year, if you remember. I do. It was great. It's right there. They're the results there. 116 in attendance. We're going to be more than double that this year, which is fantastic progression. And obviously the tag team curse has continued because the Public Enemy are going to be losing titles as well. Never mind. I really think we probably should not have given ourselves a tag team division. Well, never mind. Right, we're going to start the night out with risk it with the Hardys and Dudleys. No, hang on, no. Done this wrong, haven't I? Main event. We put the main event first. Yes, Jerry Lynn's furious, but you're leaving, mate. So that's what you get. Okay. Alright, I need to remember to move that Hardys Dudleys match from the main event spot down to last, to the opener. There we go. Right. 74 minutes have been booked. Everything ready to go. Jerry Lynn's furious, but he's leaving, and he's already angry anyway. He wouldn't re-sign a contract, so he had to basically wait until someone else signed him to be able to get rid of him without sacking him. So, well, there we go. Right, let's go into the final big show of the year. Well, 256 in attendance, and our opening contest sees the Hardy Brothers defeat Pain Incorporated in 10 minutes when Matt Hardy pinned Mongo Vile after the Omega event. 29 is not a bad effort, but once again, the Dudleys dragging down performance. they were a bit of a failed push, and I think their 9-month contract, is it 9 months? I think it was 9 months, is up, so this will be their final showing. Goodbye. More trouble than they've been worth. Ebony Experience are back. The Harlem Heat boys put in a great victory over Texas Outlaws, who obviously defeated them for the titles and then also lost them very soon after. 43, not bad. Booker and Stevie have seemed to just fallen off with their performances in ring. They're kind of in the 50s for a while, and now they're back down to the mid-40s. It's not too bad. It's still good, obviously. But 43 for the match, and Tex goes down to the Towering Inferno. Shanghai and Tex put in solid performances as well, so they're a real good hand as a tag team. So keep them on board. Scotty the Body is then angry about as Robbie V outshining him at both Collision Course and King of Combat. But he'll gather himself up and get back on the offensive. He improvised well, and the angle idea was a success, giving us a 72 rating, which is excellent. And it goes into a match that's very disappointing. Brian Lee normally puts in good performances, so does Scotty the Body, and Scotty only got a 36. That's really disappointing. Brian Lee putting in the better performance out of the two of them is surprise. They just didn't click. No chemistry, and it showed in their performances. Scotty gets the victory, but it's only a 38, which is a real downer. That's a real shame. Never mind. Jerry Lynn then comes out and congratulates RVD on winning King of Combat, but Rob has got one more hurdle to overcome before he gets his SPW title shot. One-on-one with Jerry Lynn in tonight's main event, and Jerry Lynn will be off to WCW after this show. It gets a 46 and leads us into our main event, which gets a 60. And they've got great chemistry as well. And the creative finish was a success. Both guys put in a 59. RVD's in-ring performances are coming on strong. And RVD gets the victory. I might as well just rename him to RVD at this point, because I can't remember to call him Robbie V. And 60 is a cracking effort for the main event. Obviously nothing on the scale of last year, but when we've got 22 or whatever it is popularity in the Southeast, a 60 main event is going to give us a strong show. It's a 58, so it should be very close to the USWA's marks for the month, so we should be close to winning the regional battle, maybe second. But that's a strong finish to the year. We'll finish the show there, not address the locker room. Finance-wise, obviously, Jerry Lynn has cost a lot of money. But there's nothing more we can do. We've jobbed him out. We've tried to give as much of his popularity to RVD as we can, and overall we've made a little loss on the show, but we'll cover that back up anyway. Popularity wise, up to 23 in the Southeast. It's been a very good, strong showing in the last few weeks, so we're going to keep last few shows. We keep rolling up to 23 as we close the year, which is excellent. Hopefully we'll get Tri-State up to 12 as well in a few minutes time as we go through and do Unleashed as well, where, as mentioned, we are probably going to have to change our tag team champions once again. The curse is real. I've lost count of how many times we've been cursed with tag team champions, so that's good to know. Jerry Lynn's feeling the effects of a grueling recent schedule. Well, that's because you work for everyone and now you're going to WCW, so don't care. That's the regional battle stuff. Yeah, wonderful. We don't need those notes anymore. Right, let's have a quick look at how RVD's popularity is going after that victory. It's now up to 42, which is not... It's only 2 gone up from beating Jerry Lynn, but he's on a great... So he started the year out at 16, 17, and now he's ending it at 42, which is great. Tri-State up to 20 as well. Jerry Lynn, thanks for all your efforts. It's going to be sad to see you go. There was also a news item. So Paul White has graduated to WCW. So the Big Show, or the Giant, will be making his way to WCW. Good for him. He's got a very scary face there. Right, final show of the episode will be Unleashed in the Tri-State. And obviously when we start going to the position of having a TV, which is coming soon, during 1995 we'll have TV, I can guarantee it. We're not going to have these shows anymore, so get used to them while you still can. Not going to give anyone the night off. Venue, generic. Obviously what we will do after this show, 137 expected in attendance, is we'll skip forward to the end of the month and do the end of year awards before closing out the episode. So don't just disappear as soon as the show finishes, because you'll miss the end of year awards. So you've been warned. Creative finishers, we've got a few of them still. quite a few big gambles. That's a character idea, a big gamble, finish a big gamble, and a safe bet on Ron Harris. We're going to spend it again on a creative finish because we just might as well have a lot of them. And that's a near certainty. Excellent. Right, locker room incidents before the show. Rocco Rock not paying attention during locker room meetings. That's because he's going, and he knows he's going, and he's a traitor. Not really a traitor. He's just moved to Canada because he also works at BCW, so that's fine. Chris Candido not joining the locker room on a night out, so now he's got to buy drinks for everyone. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to buy drinks for you all. Johnny Grunge failed to show up for a meeting with Road Agent. Fined. Unhappy. Yep. Rocket Rock's unhappy. Well, that's what you get. And Dean Malenko training for 5 guys. And excellent. Doesn't get burger and chips. So does he? No. Address the locker room. No, I don't want to address the locker room. Let's go on. Go. Right. Thank you. Excellent. We've got some segments booked. We're going to have new tag team champions. You'll figure that out soon. Obviously, last time on Unleashed, we had new tag team champions. So, dear. Never mind. Right. Booking. Remember, main event first. I can't remember what the main event's going to be. Dean Malenko and Tommy Dreamer. That's it. Right. Add that in. Sorry. I got to remember things. We're going to start the show, I think, with the tag title match. That's what we're going to do. And you can see by the name of the match that we're going to have new tag team champions. We're going to drop in a creative finish of a bit of a gamble on the tag match, because why not? We might as well try it. And there we go. Right, 71 minutes. Tommy Dreamer's being used too much. Well, yep, that's fine. Start the show. Let's go. 135, not 53, in attendance. Oh, no. I forgot to change the... You kind of would. You really would think that I'd know how to play this game. So I originally booked this. Before Rocco Rock left, I pre-booked this match to have the Public Enemy win. And they didn't. They've won it. I'm going to have to go back to the booking screen now, aren't I? So this angle here, with the Eliminators being tag team champions, that's going to have to be... Can you just don't look. Don't look. Don't look at what I'm doing. Don't look at what I'm doing. Don't do this. Don't do this in your saves. That's bad of me, isn't it? The Eliminators are now the tag team champions. Oh, if only this wasn't being recorded for everyone to see. Saturn and Cronus make it known they'll kick everybody's asses until there's total elimination, and they've won the tag team titles in this angle. 33. I mean, it's one way. It's one way of doing things. Should have checked, really, shouldn't I? Joe Kazana gets a victory over Chris Candido as normal services resumed. He only got to 23, though. That's not very good, Joe. I'm trying to push you because everyone keeps telling me to push you. Well, I think it might actually just be one person in the comments telling me multiple times. But a 23 in-ring performance is not how you get a push. So sort yourself out. 34 match rating's not too bad. Brian Lee and Angus King have got good chemistry, but Angus King drops a 26. He was in the 40s last time around, I'm sure. But he gets the victory with a chokeslam on Brian Lee, and it's a 32. These shows aren't scoring great, are they, in the Tri-State? And then we find Tommy Dreamer, man of the people. He's fed up of having to step up at the last minute, and he wants a big opportunity, so he calls out Dean Malenko for a match in tonight's main event. Malenko is happy to oblige, and we have our main event set. Dean Malenko's terrible. Terrible with no dialogue. He's just messed everything up. 40. Can he do better in the ring? Can we put a decent performance in? Yes, he can. 56. Tommy Dreamer's got a gimmick that's going stale. But he still gets the victory over. He gets the victory over Dean Malenko. That's actually by design and not a mistake, like the first match. But both guys put in really strong performances. Dean Malenko pulls everyone up, and it's a 56, which gives us a 50 overall, which is not too far away from the South East show, the Clash of the Titans. So that's good. That should... Oh, what a terrible mistake in that opener. Right, let's go through. Not addressed there. Finance report. I mean, we probably could have survived another month and brought the Public Enemy back. But we screwed them on an angle, so there we go. Right, we've lost money on the show once again, but that will be pulled back. 12 into the tri-state now, which is great. Right, what I'll do is I'll simulate through to the end of December. We'll do the finance review and the end-of-year awards, and then I'll be on my way for this episode. As promised, January 1st, and this is the point you can pick up the save game over on the Patreon. So we'll go through and have a look at the awards for the end of the year, our financial situation from December, and kind of look forward to what we're going to do in 1995. So, Male Wrestler of the Year is Keiji Muto. Then we've got Akira Hokuto for the Female Wrestler of the Year, NJPW Company of the Year, Tag Team Misawa and Kobashi, and Asuka and Hasegawa for the Female Tag Team of the Year. Match of the Year is Randy Savage defeating Hulk Hogan in a cage at WrestleMania 10. And the Show of the Year is G1 Climax Special Night 2-3. Is that 23? Or Night 2 for the third year? Not sure. Young Wrestler of the Year goes to Oro. Young Female Wrestler of the Year is Manami Toyota. Male Veteran of the Year, Riki Joshu. Susan Sexton, Veteran Female of the Year. Most Improved Company, Michinoku Pro. Independent Wrestlers, Rick Martel. He doesn't work for me, so he's not that independent. Akira Hokuto, unsurprisingly, apparently. Female Independent Wrestler of the Year. Male Manager of the Year is Brian Maxine. Female Manager of the Year is Wendy Richter. Commentator of the Year, Jim Ross. There's a lot of these, isn't there? And then Mike McGurk, Female Commentator of the Year. Color Commentator, Paul Heyman. And then Mike McGurk again. Referee, Tommy Young. Female Referee, Shigeyu Kawasaki. And Luther Biggs. That's not an award. No, we've done that. All okay, excellent. Right, let's look at our news. End of year awards have been released. We'll have a look at those in a second. Southeast, we finished second in the Southeast Regional Battle and third in the Tri-State. Jerry Lynn has left. He's gone. He's now all WCW until November 21st, 1998 as Mr. JL. Good for him. A-Train's gone. Mongo Vile gone. Rocco Rock going in 3 days. So he will not be around for our next show. But that's it. We'll delete all of those now. We can just go and look at the regional battles and how close we were in the Southeast. I said 59 was kind of where the USWA always seemed to sit, and that 58 puts us second. In the Tri-State, though, we'd pipped ECW. Not good enough to get these two behemoths, apparently, of ratings in the Tri-State, but that's fine. Let's go. And finance-wise, just shy. See, if we hadn't paid Jerry Lynn that much and we hadn't done the travel for Rocco Rock, we'd have been above 3K. That's close enough for me. I mean, look, we spent $400 more than we probably should have done, maybe $600 more if you're counting sort of September as a baseline, but I think October's $1,300 is kind of about where we're going to be going forward. We would have made $3,000. I'm counting it. If we do $3,000 again in January, next episode we'll look at broadcasters and bump up our production as well as our ticket prices for the Tri-State Unleashed show. But we were very close to that 3K threshold, which, unless my math is terrible, should be enough to kind of just about break even with the production changes. That isn't accounting for running TV shows. So just maybe I need to go back and do my maths, but 3K is about where I think we need to be pulling in each month. I'd like this overall figure to be a little bit higher, but we are where we are. Right, let's have a look at our end of year awards, if I can remember. There, that's the button. So, Male Wrestler of the Year goes to Dean Malenko for the second time. Tag Team of the Year is Harlem Heat, which is the first time apparently. They've not even this is their worst year out of the three. So there we go. RVD gets Young Wrestler of the Year, first time that one's been awarded. Match of the Year goes to the tag match between Malenko and Lynn against Jarrett and Angus King. So Jarrett and Lynn have been involved in all three of the Match of the Year matches. Card of the Year goes to Endgame, which is not quite as high as the best overall for Clash of the Titans the year before, but still very good. No winner of Male Manager of the Year because we didn't have one this year. Referee again, Dave Hebner, because he's the only one we've got. There we go. Right, is there anything else we want to look at? Glory Road is coming up in 5 days. So that is our next event. And then we've got Unleashed, which I am going to change right now the ticket prices from free to very cheap and save now. We're going to keep Glory Road at very cheap. We're going to keep basically everything else at very cheap as well. In fact, we can just modify that to just go back to default. There we go. And then everything else match it. And our ticket prices are now very cheap still everywhere, which we could in theory be. So if we show very cheap here, we're only pulling in what, $6, $7 an event. If we move that up to cheap, we'd be getting about $9, which isn't much more. So is it really worth it? Normal gets you up to $11 again. Is that an increase that's worth the slightly lower popularity games? I'm not sure that would be, but we aren't doing that. So we're going to go very cheap still. TV shows will be normal when we bring in TV shows, but I mean, that might be where we start taking a hit as well. Size, look, we're at 23 in the southeast, 12 in the tri-state, 9 in the mid-Atlantic and mid-south. The spillover is working everywhere. We're getting spillover into other countries now as well, which I think we mentioned earlier in the episode. So the British Isles, Mexico and Canada are all getting that little bit of spillover. Still nothing in Puerto Rico and Hawaii, but I don't think there ever will be until we get television coverage there. We're well on our way towards small. I mean, it'll be another year before we get there, at least. But that's the situation. Champions-wise, at the end of the year, Jeff Jarrett is still heavyweight champion. He'll be having a clash with RVD coming up very, very soon. Tag champions are technically the Eliminators, even though they didn't win it in a match because I pressed the wrong button. But they are now our new tag team champions. I'm not really sure what to do with the tag team division. It's cursed. I'm tempted to just scrap the damn thing. King of Combat obviously was won by RVD this year. But there we go. That is the end of 1994. I hope you've enjoyed the last 3 months of the year. We'll do the next 3 months in January, February, March for 1995 in the next episode, and during which we will potentially be looking for a broadcaster to start airing a TV show. But that is a big hurdle that we'll be looking to manage when we get there. But once again, thanks for watching. Make sure you are subscribed, get liking the video, check out the other series here on the channel, the WCW 2000 series, as well as this one, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks a lot.